Today we are going to see the PCR technique. PCR. PCR means polymerase chain reaction. In biotechnology, this polymerase chain reaction, it plays very important role. First of all, what is the meaning of PCR? Polymerase chain reaction. That is amplification of gene. Number of copies or the billions of copies are produced artificially in a vitro condition, in a laboratory condition. It's called as PCR technique. Do you understand the PCR? Polymerase chain reaction. Okay. So what happens here in that PCR technique? If we having a gene or the desired gene, in case of endangered plant, if we are having a such type of the gene, we can produce the number of genes, or within a short period we want that insulin, or we want some other hormones, or to produce the vaccine. Here this PCR technique, it plays important role. So what is the mechanism of that PCR technique? First of all, what are the requirements of that PCR technique? We should have the DNA sample or this desired gene which is to be amplified, which is or which we want to convert into a number of copies. So such desired gene, we want that desired gene. As well as to produce the number of copies or to produce the exact copy of that desired gene, we also needed here the DNTPS, deoxyribonucleoside triphosphate molecules. There are the 4 types of the triphosphate molecules, that is which having the nitrogen bases: guanine, cytosine, thymine and adenine. And these are the complementary nitrogen bases and the nucleotides. With the help of that, the DNA is produced. Okay, so it is to be needed. As well as the third one is, you will note that during the DNA replication, whenever you want to produce a exact copy of that DNA, here the RNA primer is necessary. This RNA primer, it is also necessary here, and there are the 2 types of the RNA primer: forward RNA primer and backward RNA primer. The RNA primers are made up of oligonucleotides. We want it to produce artificially in a vitro condition. As well as here the buffer solution is also necessary. And you note that for the synthesis of DNA, the DNA polymerase enzyme is necessary. But here in PCR technique, the DNA polymerase enzyme, it can be killed in a higher temperature. You know that the different enzymes during the photosynthesis, also the different enzymes which are present in the plant, they may be killed in a higher temperature. And here we want to produce the number of copies of the DNA in a higher temperature, in a thermal cycler, the device which we used. So we want to produce in a higher temperature. So this DNA polymerase enzyme, it can be withstand, it can be survive in a higher temperature. For that purpose, Taq polymerase enzyme is used. That is a thermostable DNA polymerase enzyme is used. The number of copies which we want to be produced here, they are produced in a higher temperature. So withstand this or to survive this DNA polymerase enzyme, here a particular type of the DNA polymerase enzyme is necessary, and the name of that particular type of DNA polymerase enzyme is Taq polymerase enzyme, and it is produced from a Thermus aqueous bacterium. Okay, then as well as here we want the Mg++ ions, that is to break. We have seen that the Mg++ ions are needed to break the or for the cleavage of the DNA. And a most important device it is needed here for polymerase chain reaction is thermal cycler. This is the device. This thermal cycler device, with the help of that thermal cycler device, we can produce number of copies, billions of copies within a short period. Within a short period, we want that. In COVID-19 period also, we want to produce the vaccine. A number of copies we want to, here they are needed to produce that vaccine. So this technique, it is also useful in this COVID-19 period to produce vaccine. Okay, so these are the different requirements for the PCR technique. So what is the mechanism, actual mechanism of this PCR technique? The actual mechanism, the first step is, before going to recycling or PCR technique, the DNA polymerase enzyme, DNA sample, buffer solution, as well as here the RNA primers, and the 4 types of the deoxyribonucleoside triphosphate molecules, they are added in a endorphin tube. They are added in a endorphin. That is the mixture of buffer solution, mixture of the DNA sample, as well as the 4 nucleotides and the RNA primers. This mixture, it is kept in the endorphin tube, and then this endorphin tube, it is put in this device, thermal cycler. Then what are the cycle, or which are the different steps which are to be going here in this thermal cycler? The first step is the denaturation. What is the meaning of denaturation? Denaturation means, here you know that the DNA, it is a double-stranded, double helix structure, double-stranded DNA. This double-stranded DNA, here the weak hydrogen bonds are present in between the complementary nucleotide, that is the A always pairs with T, having a 2 weak hydrogen bonds. G always pairs with C with 3 weak hydrogen bond. As like this, here the nucleotides are present, they get attached to each other. Complementary nucleotides, they are attached to each other with the help of weak hydrogen bond, and the 2 strands are produced, having a 3' to 5' orientation and the 5' to 3' orientation. So the first step is, what happens here in the first step? Due to the temperature, here near about 90 to 98 degrees Celsius temperature, it is maintained. And due to that temperature, the weak hydrogen bonds which are present in between the complementary nucleotides, they get break. Due to that heat, more heat, they get break. The more energy is required to break the weak hydrogen bonds. More energy required to break the weak hydrogen bonds between G and C than that of A and T. Why here the more energy is needed to break the weak hydrogen bond between the G and C? Because the 3 weak hydrogen bonds are present between G and C, that is guanine and cytosine. the nucleotide which having the guanine and the cytosine. Okay. And this step is called as denaturation. That is, two single strand of the DNAs are produced. Two single strand of the DNAs are produced from double-stranded DNA. From double-stranded DNA is called the denaturation. So what is the definition of that denaturation? To produce the single-stranded DNA from double-stranded DNA. How much quantity of that temperature is required? Near about 90 to 98 degrees Celsius is required. By breaking weak hydrogen bond, here the two strands are produced. You have to write only the 3 points or the 2 points. Then the another step is annealing. What happens that here? Here, due to the denaturation, two strands are produced, two single strands are produced. We have added or the mixture having the primers, RNA primers. There are the two types of the RNA primer, forward RNA primer and the backward RNA primer. Such RNA primers, they are added or they get joined on a single stranded DNA. The RNA primers, they joins on a single stranded DNA. This is called the annealing. And for this step, the temperature is required. The temperature required is near about 55 degrees Celsius. That is, in new syllabus it is given that 40 to 60 degrees Celsius. And in old syllabus it is given that 55 degrees Celsius. That is the temperature it allows to cool up to the 55 degrees Celsius or 40 to 60 degrees Celsius. And at this temperature, here the RNA primers are joined on a single stranded DNA. Okay, so this is the second step. Second step is the annealing. Annealing means the joining of RNA primer on a single stranded DNA. It's called the annealing. And it takes place at 55 degrees Celsius. Okay, then the third step is. The third step is, you will note that what is the function of RNA primer? Yes, it attracts the complementary nucleotide. We have seen that the replication of DNA. During the replication of DNA, the RNA primer is added at the 3' end and the 5' end. 3' end. And not the 5' end, 3' end. And here it attracts the nucleotide. It attracts the nucleotide. So it attracts the complementary nucleotide. That is, if here the A is present, A nucleotide is present, or the nucleotide with A adenine is present, the complementary nucleotide of this nucleotide is thiamine. That is the nucleotide with thiamine. It is attracted. Then suppose the G is present, then it complementary nucleotide is nucleotide with C, that is the cytosine. As like this, here the nucleotides are attracted one by one and the chain is or the strand is extended. As like this, here the two strands are extended. And that's why this step is called as the extension process. Step is called as the extension, or it is also called as the renaturation. At what degree Celsius this step is maintained? At a 72 degrees Celsius. In the new syllabus, it is given that 70 to 75 degrees Celsius. Okay. So as like this, with the help of the 3 steps, this PCR technique is done. First is the denaturation, second one is the annealing, and third one is the extension or the renaturation. In denaturation, 2 single strands are produced from the double strands. Annealing means the joining of RNA primers on single stranded DNA. And renaturation or the extension means the new strands are produced on a single stranded DNA. It's called the extension. Then, which are the different temperatures which are required for these different steps. For denaturation, the temperature which is to be required is near about, yes, near about 90 to 98 degrees Celsius. For the annealing, near about 55 degrees Celsius, or it is as per the new syllabus 40 to 60 degrees Celsius. And for renaturation or for extension, it is near about, yes, it is near about 72 degrees Celsius or 70 to 75 degrees Celsius. Okay. So then 3 to 5 minutes. It takes around 3 to 5 minutes. So the number of cycles are produced. After completion of this cycle, this again the produced DNA, it has to be heated again. Again it get denatured. Again the annealing process takes place. Again that here the renaturation process can be takes place. Okay. As like this, number of cycles are produced, and at the end of n number of cycles, here the 2^n copies of DNAs are produced. So we can produce within a short period a billions of copies, and this is called the PCR technique, polymerase chain reaction. That is, the poly means many cycles. Due to the many cycle, due to the reactions, here the number of copies, billions of copies are produced. Okay, so this 98 degrees Celsius, 72 degrees Celsius, 55 degrees Celsius, this temperature is very hot. It is so hot. It is very hot, and in this temperature, within this temperature, the DNA strand cannot be survived. And how can it is possible to produce the new strands of the DNA? And for that purpose, here the Taq polymerase enzyme is used. Taq polymerase enzyme, thermus aqueous polymerase enzyme. And this thermus polymerase or this heat stable polymerase enzyme, it is produced from thermus aqueous bacterium. Okay, they are produced from that thermus aqueous bacterium. So it is very important, this thermal stable DNA polymerase enzyme is very important. So we can produce the number of copies in a vitro condition, in a laboratory condition. We can produce more time. So within a short period, we can produce the number of copies with the help of that PCR technique. Okay. Then which are the different applications of that PCR technique? The first one is we can produce the number of copies with the help of that PCR technique. It can be produced, it is used in the gene library. Gene library, what is the meaning of gene library? We can see afterward. But we can collect the number of copies of the gene, different genes, that is the gene for insulin, the gene for follicle stimulating hormone, the gene for the blood clotting vector, or the gene for endangered plant. Nowadays, the number of the plants, they can be vanished, and such plants are called as the endangered plant. So when we get such a gene, we can produce the number of genes with the help of that PCR technique. As well as this PCR technique, it is also used in a for the synthesis of vaccine. So do you know the meaning of vaccine? Vaccine is the heat-killed microorganisms. So are the heat-killed toxic substances, and such toxic substances, when heat-killed toxic substances or inactivated toxic substances, whenever given to that human being, then it is called as the vaccine. It is very necessary, it is very important for, nowadays, because you know that when the pathogen enter in our body, it causes the diseases. So to preventing such diseases, the vaccination is necessary. Vaccination is necessary. So vaccination, for that purpose, here when we collect the number of genes and such a genes, when such a produces or when cultured, such a genes culture on a culture medium, it produces the toxic substances, and such toxic substances, when they get inactivated, they are given to the human being. So these are the different applications of the PCR technique. As well as this PCR technique can be produced, it can be used in the DNA fingerprinting. You know that the DNA fingerprinting, we have seen the DNA fingerprinting. The DNA fingerprinting means the identification of the human being on the basis of DNA, on the basis of that gene. It's called the DNA fingerprinting. So in a crime cases, as well as to identify that orphan child or the parents, or to identify that victim, here this PCR technique is very important. It helpful in the DNA fingerprinting or in a forensic sciences.